Do you find it hard staying consistent? How do you even stay consistent when after going a big goal and dream? Yes, hello. Today I'm going to share with you 3 amazing ways that can help you stay consistent in whatever you choose out to do. And straight away, let's go into it. The first thing I would like you to put down is I want you to write down whatever you want to create a habit in. Just write it down. Write it on a piece of paper. Write it on a goal card. Put it in your wallet. Put it on your mirror. Put it next to your bed, anywhere that you can see it. Very simple, yeah? I want you to write down whatever habit you want to create. Number 2, I want you to schedule it. I want you to schedule a date and time that you are going to start. Whether it's today, whether it's in a week's time, whether it's in a month's time, but you gotta schedule it. Put it in your calendar. Because if you don't, then guess what? You're not going to act on it. So, write it down, schedule it. Yes, become a student of your calendar. Like Dave Emelsia says, put it in your calendar. Once you put it in your calendar, then guess what? Your subconscious mind is going to pick it up to say, you know what? This is gotta be acted on. But it's not until you put it in your calendar. We all know when you go to an airline, when you phone up an airline, when you're going to travel, you know what date you're going to travel, right? You don't just show up at the airport and say, oh, I'm traveling today. They'll be like, have you booked a date? So I want you to schedule it, right? So the next one, I want you to brainstorm and ask yourself, what is the minimum amount of time that I can actually commit to putting time, effort, and action into this goal and dream? What is the minimum amount of action that I can put into this goal, dream, project, habit that I would like to create in my life, right? Because guess what? If you ask yourself that question, then it's going to be easy for you to come up with that answer. If you're asking yourself the maximum, then that's going to be harder. And I would like to share a story. The way I wrote my first book, 3 Lessons I Learned from My Dad That Will Change Your Life, by the way, I'll put the link below, is every morning I would set my alarm for 10 minutes because I knew I was not going to write it in just one day. So what I did is I would schedule 10 minutes. And what this minimum is going to help you is it's going to trick the subconscious that yes, you've got that time. But if you're doing it for a long time, if you're going to say, I'm going to do it for an hour, 2 hours, that's what most of us quit. So asking yourself the minimum amount of time that you can dedicate to going after that goal and dream, you can dedicate to pursuing your passion, that you can dedicate to working on that project. Guess what? What this is going to do is it's going to help you do something every single day that you never thought possible. In fact, I like to tell people, even if it's 5 minutes, schedule 5 minutes, because remember what we want is the minimum. What we want is to be able to do something towards our goals and dreams. And that's how I was able to write my book. And certain times you find yourself going over. By the time the alarm goes off, you're in what they call flow mode. You're in that zone. You're focused and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to do this more. See, creating a habit is not easy, but it's by doing these things that will help you create a habit. So the next thing I want you to do it every single day. Now that you've chosen the minimum amount of time, maybe you're going to work on it 10 minutes a day. Now I want you to start doing it every single day. Every single day. When you wake up, you ask yourself, what's the minimum amount of time that I can dedicate to this goal? And then start doing it on a daily basis. Start doing it every single day. And what I like to tell people is do it first thing in the morning. Why first thing in the morning? We all know we are bombarded with so much social media. We are bombarded with so much news. We are bombarded with CNN, constantly negative news like someone described it. So I want you to do it first thing in the morning. You're writing a book. Go on, write first thing in the morning. You're shooting videos first thing in the morning. Right now, as I shoot this video, it's literally, yes, it is early in the morning. In fact, it is 7:30 in the morning. I could have started earlier, but I had to do my morning runs and stuff like that. So do it first thing in the morning. Right now, you can hear it's quiet around me. So you gotta do things first thing in the morning. So that way you can tick it off the list. If you're waiting for later on, guess what? Things come up. When things come up, sometimes you can't control. You end up putting your goals and dreams to the side. So this is a game changer. And we all know all great achievers do first things first thing in the morning. It's those morning routines. We've had the millions of YouTube videos out there about creating morning routines. So let me ask you a question. What's the minimum amount of time you're going to dedicate? And are you going to do it first thing in the morning? And lastly, I want you to develop a habit they call baby steps. Baby steps. Yes, you all know how much I'm a fan of baby steps, and this is something I talk about in most of my videos because it's led me to where I am. When I look back on all the things I've done, the book, the seminars I started, the group, I started, it's all through baby steps. So let me ask you a question. What is the baby steps that you're going to be taking towards your goals and dreams? What's the daily baby steps you're going to take towards your heartfelt desires? What's the daily steps you're going to take towards achieving those goals and dreams that are calling inside of you? But for some reason, because of the business, because of work, because of our daily things we do, we don't get time. We don't dedicate the time. So I want you to remember it's through baby steps that you are going to be able to bring that goal and dream to fruition. But it's not until you do those things I have said that will help you really zero in on becoming consistent and in whatever habit you want to create. We all know consistency is one of the hardest things to really do. One day you'll be doing something and then guess what? You break the habit. That's why you gotta have these written down and incorporate them into your daily life. So let's quickly go through the steps. So first, like I said, I want you to write the habit you want to create. What do you want to be consistent in? Write it down. Number 2 is I want you to schedule it. Schedule it in your calendar. We all know what gets scheduled gets done. Number 3, I want you to do something. I want you to ask yourself, what is the minimum amount of time that I can schedule? What's the minimum amount of time I can dedicate to this hobby? So that way in the long term, I'm going to be able to do it on a daily basis, right? So and then the next one is what I want you to do it first thing in the morning before you get bombarded, before you go to social media, before you check your Instagram, your Facebook feeds, anything. I want you to do that. Next, I want you to apply that baby step analogy. Do it first thing in the morning with those baby steps. Do it in baby steps. Remember, baby steps will lead to those big, giant, audacious steps. Micro wins will lead to macro wins. Inch by inch, cinch by cinch is an inch. So I want you to pursue your goals and dreams by adopting these ideas. That's how you stay consistent. That's how you create great habits that will stick in the long run. Ask yourself those questions, go through the steps, write them down. They'll help you if you've been struggling with creating a habit. And if you know anyone that will benefit from this video, please do me a favor. Forward this video to them. It will be someone that's finding it hard to create a healthy habit of eating healthy, of exercising. Share these ideas. And also do me a favor, comment below, subscribe in the button here on my right hand side or left hand side. You know what I'm talking about. That was this video, and it's been Come saying, come to my YouTube channel. Come, be inspired, live an inspired life. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll catch you on next weekend's video where I bring a weekend video every single weekend. Mwah.